In today's video, we finally align the Evo 8. Day has come to finally finish the steering and suspension project we set ourselves to do how many months ago? 4 or 5 months ago, which is crazy. This was supposed to be a 1-month thing, but then we went crazy. Anyways, we have to reinstall our TEs. We are definitely this time gonna install the front bumper so I don't mess up the car driving to alignment. A couple of more things to do, and then make sure that the TEs are not rubbing on the fenders that we just shaved not too long ago. Man, this is coming to an end really quick. To be honest, this is only the beginning. We still have engine, we still have interior, we still have so many things, and this is what I love about this platform. Evo 8s, Evo 10s. I mean, at least to me, I'm very familiar with them. That's why I like it. I know how to work on them. They're very simple to work on, and the parts are not as expensive as other cars. Talking about Porsche, GTRs, and all of that. Anyways, let's go ahead, race the car, and install the babies back again. Say goodbye to this look. I'm running into a bit of a problem with the front bumper. As you guys know, this is an ETS 3.5-inch intercooler, and it's supposed to fit with everything on the US bumper. The 3.5 doesn't require much trimming or anything like that. It actually fits with your stock bumper. The 4-inch actually says on the website that it does require modifications. But I think since this is the JDM front bumper, I guess you could say the US has a front crash beam, so it is a little bit different. For example, here on these brackets, instead of a crash beam, it has these brackets that don't go all the way across like the crash beam. I had to trim it and paint it, and I got it to fit. It almost was scratching. I put a little spongy thing there so it doesn't scratch on the intercooler. But now what I'm running into, and I want to know if maybe you guys know, I haven't done any research or anything. This is just on the fly, since this car has to make it to alignment tomorrow. I'm not going to install this front bumper right now. I had to remove the front mesh for the intercooler, which I completely like. I've always liked the Evos with no mesh on the front intercooler. A bit weird because I usually am an OEM type of guy, but I really like the way the intercooler looks with no mesh, and not only that, it does allow more air. Since there's nothing in between, more air should go into the intercooler, so it's also a performance upgrade. Now, my question to you guys, 2003 Evo owners. I owned a 2005 which was the GG. Never had this little bracket here, so I don't know if this is something for the JDM cars and the USDM cars don't have it. Again, I haven't checked online, but I'm just gonna put it here in the video. You guys usually are really quick to answer like some of these questions. This bracket right here, which is what was holding the mesh to the top, this was not on my GG Evo again. It's hitting right here on these corners, right here, and then this is where I mount to those brackets that are installed on the car right now. So if I was to remove this bracket, which I could, it's just a couple of bolts here and there, I can install it easily and it will be like the GG Evo. Now, in my opinion, that would be the wrong move, because there are two support holes right here and right here that actually get mounted with bolts to these brackets right here. And I would really, really love to retain these brackets, because it just gives the bumper, it's still gonna have the main points, which is usually here, and the ones on the side over here. But I would really like to have these 2 points. It will kind of like give it that lift for the bumper. It won't be saggy, it won't be, I don't know, it's just my OCD. I would really like to retain these. So I'm not going to install the front bumper. I'm gonna have to run it like this without a bumper for the alignment, because it is already super late and I have to make it to alignment tomorrow morning. But let me know down in the comments if you guys know another thing that I'm thinking about. I just don't like half-assing stuff. Like right now, I could literally just cut through here. Like cut here, cut here, cut here, paint, and that's it, call it a day. Cut here, and that's it. But before I start trimming an OEM bracket and doing, you know, to me, kind of ghetto stuff, I want to search online. Maybe there's a way, maybe I'm doing something wrong. If you guys know, please leave it down in the comments or send me a DM. I would really appreciate it. That way I could install the front bumper again and have a full car again. I thought we were gonna have the bumper installed, but yeah, I just wanna make sure I do this right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Let me go ahead, lower the car. See, let's check, I'm gonna lower the car. Let's check real quick how that fitment is with the fenders shaved now. Again, haven't added camber or anything like that. Once it's aligned, I should have a little bit more camber so it clears the fenders. But let's lower the car and see how it looks. Alignment day is here. The car is on the ground. I wanted to show you guys, like I said in the previous clip, this is the way the car sits with the how do you call it, with the fenders shaved. Honestly, once I add a little bit of camber, on the GG Evo I had -2 camber, so I'm pretty sure this is about 1.7. I could add a little bit more, that's what I'm saying. So once I align it right now in a little bit, hopefully it does clear. Right now when it tucks, remember when a car tucks in, it does tilt inward. So what you're seeing, it's not gonna hit. So far so good. And then on this side I have like, my camber is way off. It's a little bit poking out a little bit more, but overall looks really, really good. Oh, and another thing I did to try to prevent the fender liners from hitting, zip ties. Good old trusty zip ties holding the fender liner really, really far away from the tire. And on this side, I put the bumper screw, which actually holds it right here. And then I also put one zip tie there, as you guys can see. Hopefully you guys can see. Let me see if I can bump the ISO. Zip ties, and then it's holding it really far away, so I should be good, to be honest. Hopefully it doesn't scratch anymore. Again, I already bought new ones, they just haven't arrived. You guys know what time it is, right? Yes. There's no way I'm not gonna give you guys a cold start for the video. Just once a week cold start for you guys. Let's see. Go ahead and make it to the alignment. Little tip when getting an alignment, have your gas tank halfway filled up. Since it's the halfway point between full and empty, that's basically the best weight you can have for an alignment. Obviously with my body weight and the gas tank like that, it will kind of like simulate the correct weight for the car when getting an alignment. That way it could just try to be as perfect as possible. Little things like that, again, OCD of mine, but really enjoy doing those little finer details to try to get everything right. Perfectly, super straight and cool. The car feels like it's on ice. I'm not even kidding. Those new wheel bearings, brand new suspension components, the car feels amazing. And just like that, someone is completely drivable and complete, done. I could drive this car anywhere I want to now, and finally it is done. I'm gonna show you guys the specs real quick of the alignment. Dude, Apex Alignment, if you guys don't know if you guys don't know about Apex Alignment and you guys live in South Florida, you guys have to get an alignment with this guy, because the amount of detail, again, this is another person that has mastered his craft, in particular with alignments, to the T. He has you sit down on the car, he has your weight on your seat, he checks tire pressure before doing the alignment, tire pressure. He asks you so many questions in regards to what's done to the car. What are my goals? What is it that I'm trying to accomplish with the car? What am I doing? You drive the car before you align it, test drive it, show what's going on, show what is it that you want, and then you align the car. He gets it perfect to the T. Like, I'm telling you, my steering wheel will not move a bit, it's straight. And then you test drive your car after, and it's just perfect. It feels like this car honestly feels like it's on ice. I don't know if it's because I've never experienced an Evo with brand new wheel bearings and just everything, every single bushing brand new. I've never experienced an Evo like that. Everything feels super smooth, but I'm not gonna lie, it does feel a lot stiffer. Like, I'm driving the car and it's weird to explain, like I'm noticing like these little bumps, these little jitters. It has to be because, again, every single bushing is what is it called, polyurethane, so it's a stiffer bushing. It's meant a little bit more towards the racing side, but either way, the car feels insanely good. These are the alignment specs. A lot of you guys might want this information and you guys might want to nerd out on this information. This is the alignment specs for the Evo. This is more of a autocross track inspired alignment. Just so you guys know, this is not like meant to be perfect OEM alignment or anything like that. So there are going to be things that are on the red, because again, you're not supposed to run -2 camber on your car and all of that. But this is the alignment that I had on the GG Evo, and this car, if you're doing autocross or anything like that, this alignment really was, it was amazing. Honestly, this car handled really good. Here you guys go, so you guys can screenshot that. And then this is the alignment that we got on the red, which is really similar to this one. A little bit less camber in the front. We went with -2, perfect toe in, perfect toe, a little bit of outward toe, just again for grip sakes, and specifically for the Evo. Apex Alignment has done several Evos that are for the track, and he knows exactly how to fine-tune these Evos so they can handle better. And then in the rear, I went with -2 camber and obviously 0 toe. Again, this is more of a performance thing, but -2 camber in the rear, which was solid. Honestly, super solid. I am noticing though that with -2, I might have to do maybe -2.3, because it is still poking out a little bit. Not any scraping or anything like that, but I did notice that if I take a bump, it does kind of like scrape a little. I didn't hear no scraping or anything. I'm gonna have to pull out the wheel and see if it does scrape or not, but fenders look perfect. They don't look hit or anything like that. And I drove this car everywhere. Look at the wheels and look at how much brake dust there is. I don't know if the camera's gonna capture that, but there is a ton of brake dust. This is the first drive that I do with this car where I drive it so much. And then this one here, this wheel does not scrape at all. Like zero scraping, perfect fenders, which I was worried about. So we still have to fine tune that side. I don't know if I should go with maybe -2.3 camber instead of -2.0. I'm not much into camber. Like I like building my cars for performance, so I'm not into like cambering all the wheels in and, you know, doing all of that. Like, I want to make sure that this car still looks straight and perfect. But even at -2.0, look at how straight that wheel looks. Like, it does not look cambered whatsoever. It is insane how the Evo hides the camber, and part of that is because it does have kind of this little wide end in the rear, so that does happen. Even in the front, having negative 2.1, take a look at that, like it looks flush. Let me show you guys a little view of the car like this from afar. I'm so happy for this. I hope this was informative. I hope you guys enjoy nerding out with little details like that for alignments and all of that. I'm 100% into it. I really enjoy when I find somebody that's like a master at what they do. It just blows my mind, because that's the level I want to get to. That's the level I want to get to with restoring cars and doing this. I honestly wish I could do this every single day of my life and do it for a living, but who knows? Let's see where the road takes us. But anyways, I'm gonna end it there. I think I did a lot of talking on this one and not a lot of working and showing you guys educational stuff like always. But I hope either way this was informative. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Next up is gonna be the detail, installing this front bumper. Again, if any of you guys know, let me know down in the comments and maybe you guys can help me out so we could get this sorted out. But next up is the detail. After the detail, we're gonna do the official release of this car. We still have all the carbon fiber bits and front lip to install. This is nowhere near done. Now is when the exciting part comes in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Like always, keep grinding, stay safe, and take care.